Leeds versus Southampton in the championship playoff final, what many call the most lucrative game in world football, with a spot remaining in the Premier League for one of these teams to take over. Leeds having finished the season in third place, Southampton having finished it in fourth. Yeah. Leeds getting here by defeating Norwich in the initial playoff match, and then Southampton defeating West Brom 3-1. This game being hosted at Wembley Stadium once again. Bro, the amount of games that Wembley Stadium hosts throughout this month is fucking insane, and you top it off with the fact they're going to host the UEFA Champions League final as well, dude. My goodness. I've seen like 10 games in the past month in this stadium, bro.
Wembley's getting used and abused, man. Oh my God, dude. The groundsmen are working their asses off this month.
Every
Holy
fucking
shit.
day.
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy.
Gotta keep it pristine.
Man.
The thing is, I mean, the pitch looks perfect every time, so they're doing an incredible job. The atmosphere, though, as always, just shy of 80,000 for this championship promotional playoff. My goodness, dude.
Going into this match, how did you feel about the fact that it's Leeds and Southampton, two teams that just last year were in the Premier League and then got relegated? How do you feel about them being the two teams that were up for grabs here? Not really like a, there's usually like last year we had like a Cinderella type situation or magical story at bay. Here you have two teams that have been in the Prem recently and are trying to get back. How did you feel about that?
I always like to see teams who haven't been in the Prem in a while to have that opportunity, but since Ipswich got automatic promotion, I didn't care this time. Leeds, Southampton, I would have been happy with either one to get immediate promotion back into the Prem.
Which one were you preferring?
I was preferring Leeds because keep in mind, going into this match, they had the player of the season in Crescencio Somerville and the young player of the season in Archie Gray. So they had the league MVP and the rookie of the year going into this game.
NBA term. Yeah.
That's nuts.
The Wembanyama.
So and as well, Somerville was, I believe, the second highest goal scorer for them throughout the season. So I hadn't really seen Leeds play. Actually, I hadn't seen any championship football this past year. So I was very curious to see how they actually approached this match. Obviously, a lot has changed at both of these clubs. So I was hoping Leeds would show me that those stats meant something in this match. And it kind of did. But ultimately, man, Southampton played a really good game. And overall, I think they deserved it. The game ended up being pretty tight. It was a lovely through ball that broke Leeds' defense in the 24th minute. Adam Armstrong, who has a lot of Premier League experience with Southampton the past 2 years, gets on the end of it and lasers it home. A beautiful finish, one worthy of a final.
Yeah, I was interested to see the lineups, and I saw that for Southampton, they still have some players that played in the Premier League for them. Kyle Walker-Peters is still there. Joe Aribo, the center back Bednarek. I mean, they got some pretty big names in terms of championship level quality, and it showed today, man. It showed. Adam Armstrong with a really tidy finish to go 1-0, and ultimately they saw it out, but it did come with a few threats from Leeds, man, because they had those opportunities, especially when Dan James came off the bench, I believe, and imposed himself with a couple of really good opportunities, the biggest one being in the 83rd minute, hitting the post on what would have been a worldie of a goal, and just not being lucky enough to see it go in.
It was too little too late for Leeds. When Dan James came on, that's when they gave it everything. But there was like 15, 20 minutes left. They should have given more earlier, in my opinion. And they lost that first half. Not even just on the scoreline 1-0. Southampton had the better first half. And it took a long time for Leeds to really figure out how to attack Southampton. And then overall, the players that I mentioned, Archie Gray had a bad game, dude. He had a really bad game.
Big stage.
It was a big stage, 18 years of age, and I think that inexperience really showed. I can just imagine the nerves, especially knowing that you win this game, you have a good performance. You're in the Prem next season.
That's the
You're
thing.
in the Premier League.
The award is massive.
It's massive. And then for Somerville, too, I thought he was just as sloppy, man. And that was the really surprising one because, I mean, league MVP. Pretty crazy. But he could not find any joy against that Southampton defense. None, bro. He didn't have one significant play. And I think that just, again, as you already mentioned, Southampton's experience really showed today. Somerville only 22 years of age.
Yeah, absolutely. And Southampton returns, man. They return to the Prem. And honestly, I'm pretty happy about it because now you have Southampton, you have Ipswich Town, and then you have Leicester City going through. Yeah. And I actually wanted to kind of express this take that I've had brewing in the sense that this year we saw all 3 teams that got promoted get relegated in Sheffield United, Luton Town, and then the last one being Vincent Kompany's Burnley. I'm going to predict that won't happen again this next year.
Yeah?
It won't happen again this next year. Either Southampton, Leicester City, or Ipswich Town will stay up. That's my prediction. And I don't know if that's bold or not, but I think we won't see a repeat of what happened this last year in the Prem. One of these guys will stay up, and it might be Southampton because they're used to just kind of being a mid-tier level team in the Prem.
After watching this game and seeing the level of play that was on display, Southampton against Leeds, the first question that came to my mind, bro, was it must be such a stressful summer for teams that get promoted. You got a lot to figure out, and by the time August, September, October rolls around, you just got to hope that you've done enough.
Dude, the transition is so harsh, man, when you really think about it.
Yeah.
It might, some executives might think it's a blessing that it didn't go through if you're Leeds
low key, man,
because you're like, okay, at least we'll have a little bit more relaxed summer because you already have the talent to get 3rd place in the league.
Right.
But having that objective, that goal of can we translate this team over to the Prem with just a few more different players? That's insane to me, man. It really is, and one of the toughest leagues in the world.
Yeah, because Southampton, I would say, are Prem ready, but by ready I mean they're going to be able to compete. I think that's all I can say right now, right? And, Luton competed, but they got relegated. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man,
Southampton will have a lot of work to do to stay in the Prem. It's there, though. It's there. I think that's what makes promotion in England so interesting because the talent is there. You just have to add the right pieces, and you get to stay in the Prem.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those situations where you celebrate your achievement for one night and then the next day you got to settle down. Guys, we have a task at hand. Yeah. Let's get ready for what's coming. Mm-hmm. Very few teams can honestly survive that onslaught that is the Premier League, but I think Southampton or Leicester or Ipswich City will be able to do it. Just one of them, because Leicester ultimately ended up in first place with a very dominant season, and Ipswich Town is a team that I'm a little bit more not worried about, but I'm interested to see how do they adjust to the Prem because they haven't been here in a long time.
Hey, straight up, dude, next year, let's just watch the championship. Screw the Prem.
Type shit.
Let's just do second div.
Yeah. The best league in the world, they say.
I'm serious, man.
The best league in the world.
They're going to be doing EFL Fantasy. I see Sky Sports.
Oh, shit.
Apparently.
Shit, man. I'm down.
Yeah, man. I'm serious,
or
bro.
I'm
done with City. I'm done with City.
Only
I'm done
Ipswich
with
Town games, bro. We become Ipswich fans.
Yeah. We do it from a second division point of view. We're like, all right, let's see how Ipswich is doing.
I like that. Dude, honestly, it'd be really fun. Let's talk.